Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. May God bless you. So let us just begin this live show in the name of the Almighty, most merciful, most glorious. May the peace of the Almighty be with you. May the peace of the Almighty guide you. May the peace of the Almighty show you the right path to follow. May the peace of the Almighty bless your hustle here on earth. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate. So for all those who are tuning in at the moment, I would love you to help me share this to your community. For those who are above 1K, thank you so much. You can help share me to your community. I would really do appreciate it. So we are going to discuss about tips that will help you to get pregnant quickly. On the channel, we've been discussing this throughout on how you can conceive, things that you can do in order to improve your fertility. So we are going to discuss this in greater details. We are going to discuss this in greater details. Thank you so much, Johnny with Liz. Please, if you do not see my ads, please, you can just maybe step out a little and come back such that you can help watch those ads for me. You know, that's why we are here. That's why we are having the energy to talk. Thank you so much, Johnny Willis. Thank you everyone for tuning. May God bless you. So we are going to be discussing about some of those things that you will need to do to help you in terms of you getting pregnant as early as possible. It therefore means here we'll talk about some of those factors that may affect fertility. And we are going to say something here which, even though we'll make a video just for it, that is to discuss about why ladies in general, why are they generally slow as compared to men? So we are going to discuss that. Hey, sis, welcome. So we're going to discuss that as well if I don't forget. So please, maybe someone remind me in the course of discussion, because I really want us to talk about that, why women in general are generally slow, why women are generally slow as compared to men. Yeah, in terms of doing things, you know, ladies can take a whole lot of time preparing for something as compared to men. Men will take shorter time preparing for that. So we'll discuss that here in the course of our discussion. So we are going to be looking at those things that you need to do in order for you to conceive faster. So we will talk about lifestyle, and under lifestyle we have some other things to look at it. Then we'll discuss too about your menstrual cycle, look at your cervical mucus as well, and then as well as the right time for you to meet such that you can actually have your baby. So we'll be looking at this. So we'll begin with the very first one, which is your lifestyle. So we're going to be looking at lifestyle, and under lifestyle we have here, we have alcohol, we have caffeine, we have exercise, we have nutrition, we have medications. So those are the things we're going to look at it under lifestyle. Sis, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning. So under lifestyle, we are going to look at alcohol, smoking, caffeine, exercise, nutrition, medication. Those are the points you're going to look at under lifestyle. Please, if you have a question, if you can keep the question at the end, it will be wonderful, because I really do want to go as fast as I can, so that it won't disturb a lot of people. So when you have been trying to conceive, you need to understand that there are a whole lot of different factors involved for you to conceive. There are a whole lot of factors, different factors. It is not just the fact that you meet with your partner and you think that once you meet, that is all, that's the magic, you're pregnant. No. There are a whole lot of ladies who have been trying to conceive and they'll tell you, hey, come on, I menstruate normally. How come I cannot conceive? Okay, sis, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate if you do that. Thank you so much. So you see ladies saying that, hey, come on, I menstruate normally. I really do think that my health is okay, but why can I not conceive? The reason being that generally we only look at health and medicals. Health and medicals. That is, maybe you have done one or two tests for yourself, and you think that because this test is negative, it therefore means you are fine. It therefore means there is nothing wrong with you. That is not usually the case because you have different factors that have to come in play if you're trying to conceive. You have many other factors. So we look at all of these so that you look at these factors, when you put them together, that is what will help you to know that, hey, come on, are you like fine completely without any issue or not? So if you take someone who is normal, person menstruate normally, and the person does not have any major health issue, if you look at that person, maybe the person, maybe the age could be a factor, maybe the person's weight could be a factor, because nowadays we just eat and we don't pay attention to what we eat, and we care less until when it is horrible. You now get to the hospital and you hear your doctor say, hey, come on, madam, you're overweight and this is affecting you. Maybe you now hear that you have diabetes, or you now hear that you have hypertension, which is not quite good. So all of this, we're going to factor it together as concerning your fertility. For you to actually have what we call infertility, or for you to say that you have a fertility issue, you need to have met with your partner for at least 11 months or a year without you people having any success. That is when you now say that, hey, come on, I have a fertility issue. Fertility is not just the fact that you met maybe for 2 months and now you now say that you cannot conceive as a lady. No, you must have met with your partner for about 11 months. That is a year. Then you now say, hey, come on, for I've been with him for a year, and you will have to be meeting directly. Okay, it has to be meat for meat, and for you to be pregnant, right? So if you meet for meat and you can't conceive for over a year, then you can now visit the hospital to say that you have a fertility issue. You know, when we say meat like this, people might just think that, oh, come on, because we are in a haste nowadays to become pregnant, to have our own family. When we want to have family, we think that it should be maximum 3 months, 4 months. And if we can't have that family, we'll start like, oh, come on, there is an issue. If you can't get pregnant, start saying that there is an issue. Whereas you have just maybe do it for only for 3, 4 months. So you have to do this for at least a year, 11 to 12 months time. Then you can now say that you have a fertility issue. So what are those things that can make you know that you have a fertility issue? What are those things? So we are going to talk about the very first one, which if you build on it, you're going to conceive as early as you can. It's lifestyle. It's lifestyle, your lifestyle. So lifestyle here, we have alcohol, we have smoking, we have caffeine, we have exercising, we have nutrition. So under alcohol, how do you drink? You drink too much. Because if you drink too much, then it's gonna affect you. So you have to manage the way you drink, take care of the amount of drink you take per sitting or within the week. So if you're somebody who drink maybe every day you drink, then you have to be careful if maybe you're trying to impregnate your wife, or the other way around, your wife is trying to get pregnant for you. So if your wife is the one drinking and she's trying to conceive, then it's not best for her to continuously drink. That way, she has to manage the way she drinks, such that her fertility will not be in maybe some sort of pendulum. So drinking, make sure you moderate the way you drink. Make sure you moderate the way you drink. The next thing is smoking. Smoking. Smoking is one of those things that there is no such way like, let me reduce it. You cannot reduce it. With smoking, either you stop or you allow the fertility issue to affect you. So if you have been trying to conceive, the very first thing you need to make sure you don't overdrink. If you're a smoker, you stop. So if you're a smoker, please stop smoking if you want to conceive. If you have friends that smoke, okay, you need to leave these friends and make sure that you are somewhere else when they are smoking, because it's going to affect you if you are with these friends. It's going to affect you. So smoking, and the best way to come out of smoking is to stop it. You don't say that, okay, since I used to take maybe 5 sticks a week, so I should take 2 now. No, the best way is to stop it. So you stop smoking. If you're trying to conceive, stop smoking. If you're trying to conceive, drop down your alcohol consumption. If there is a way, stop it as well. Smoking here will affect you even if you're not smoking, because if you live around people who smoke, if you are not a smoker, but you have closest friends, you have friends who are smokers, and then it can affect you if you are always beside them when they smoke. It's going to affect you as well. So we need to take special note about this, and this is what we call secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is also dangerous. It's also dangerous. The next factor that you need to take as a tip if you want to conceive is caffeine. Caffeine. For those of us who are trying to maybe do 1 or 2 things in school, it's obvious that if you're trying to do 1 or 2 things in school, you will be maybe drinking coffee with the idea that you don't want to oversleep, right? You want to reduce your sleep rate. Please, let me say you're writing your exams and you have to drink coffee. Please, then be very careful. Okay, be very careful. If you're writing your exams and you want to drink coffee, and at the same time you're trying to conceive, then you have to be very careful, because this might affect you. This might affect your fertility. This might make it difficult for you to conceive. This might make it difficult for you to conceive. The next thing is exercise. Exercise. And I'm going to link this exercise with your weight. Your weight. If I ask those who are watching, please, can you just tell me, please, any person, please tell me your weight and your current height, if you know it. Your weight and your height, please. Those who are watching at the moment, please. Your weight and your height. What is your weight and what is your height? Because exercise is so important, and this is one of the main reasons why our weight is so far above, more than what we should have as the normal weight. So please, if you're watching at the moment, please, can you tell me your weight and your height, please? Can you tell me your weight and your height? Because you're going to see here the current weight you have. If you actually take your BMI, your basal metabolic index, which is the right thing to do in order to know quality weight, you're going to see that you're overweight or you're obese. Yes. Okay, that your height is 5.6, 5.6, or what am I saying? 5.6, and you're between 160 or 180. And please, can you forgive me in kilograms? I don't know, maybe you're giving it in something else. Can you give me in kilograms? In kilograms. Because if you have this height, I'm sure, give the height in meters and the weight in kilograms, please. This height you're giving is practically impossible for you to have this height now. 5 point something meters, if it's in meters, and your weight, I think you should give the weight in kilograms, because 160 or 180, that should be, is it in pounds? I don't know, because pounds, I think pounds is somehow a little bit higher. But if somebody can give me in kilograms, so that let us do the calculation and you see that you're obese already. Okay, Yvette, you said you're 100 and, Yvette, where's that your one? You said you're 100 and what? I saw something like 170. Okay, 174, 70, and 80 kilograms. You weigh 80, and your height is 174. Okay, it seems. Thank you, first year. Thank you. Okay, I wanted your weight in kilograms and your height in meters. And your height in meters. Okay, so if what you need to do is to square your height in meters, the square of your height in meters, and you divide it by your weight. Okay. 1.70 and 59 or 60. Okay, 1.70, you're tall. My goodness. Okay, 1.70. Excuse me. Let us say the square of 2. Let us just take 2, please. 2, the square of 2 before. The square of 2 before. Then, if you take 60, 60 divided by 4, what are you going to have, sis? 60 divided by 4. If we take 60 divided by 4, if we take 60 divided by 4, what are we going to have? Is it 15? 15. 15. Okay. Okay, let us take 1.5. 1.5 squared will be 3, right? Take 60 divided by 3 will be 20. I think you have a good weight. You have a good weight. Your BMI will be 20. So you take the square of your height, the square of your weight. You square your weight. You take the height. You divide it by the square of your weight. Sorry, you square. Sorry, you take the weight and you divide by the square of your height. The weight divided by the square of your height to have your BMI, your basal metabolic index. Your weight, you divide it by the square of your height. So if we take Subnation TV, let us take 60. Let us take 60 as the weight, right? You divide it by the square of her height. Her height is 1.70 m. For convenience, I just want us to use 1.50 m, 1.5. If you square 1.5, you're going to have 3. If you take 60 divided by 3, you're going to have 20. And if you have the height of 20, you are okay. Somebody who is overweight is someone who is above 30. If you're above 30, after squaring your height, after taking your weight divided by the square of your height, if you have above 30, then you are overweight. If you have below 18, then you're underweight. So please, you can go home and do the calculation yourself. So you square, you take your height, you take your weight, you divide by the square of your height. Your weight divided by the square of your height. The answer you will get, if it is below 18, then you're underweight. If you're above 30, then you're overweight. If you're above 30, you are obese. Above 25, you are overweight. Above 25, you are overweight. Above 30, you're obese. Yes, above 30, you're obese. Above 25, you are overweight. So if you do that, you'll see that many people will be overweight. Many will be overweight. But I think some nation until you're okay, you're just okay. Yeah, you're just okay. Yes. But if you do that, you see that many people will be overweight. It therefore means that we don't eat healthily. Yeah, we don't eat healthily. And that comes in with exercise. That's why I'm saying that if you want to conceive, then you need to put your exercise in check. Please. You need to do regular exercises, because regular exercises does not only balance weight, it also balances other metabolic aspects. For men, you see that a lot of men right now, you see, they say, people with stomach that protrudes are people, if you have a stomach that is protruding, you say that you have money, right? That's how we say in our own African context. Which therefore means that you are probably over drinking and you don't do a lot of exercise to break down that energy. If you don't break down that energy, what happens is that there is that extra storage, that fat is being stored in your adipose tissues, and you now have, and most of these tissues are being around the stomach, and now you now have that abdominal fat. So a lot of ladies with this, you see a lady when you eventually put to bed, yeah, you may start having this abdominal fat. One of the reasons is because during birth, you have a lot of this fatty tissue that are being produced to also save you as well. So after birth, after delivery, excuse me, after delivery, you also drink a lot of all this Ovaltine, and you also help in accumulating fat. I remember that as a mother, as a nursing mother, you do little or no work, right? So within that time, you have a lot of accumulations, which is normal. It's normal. But after that, you can do a lot of exercise to burn out this fat. So please, you can do a lot of exercise to burn down this fat. Don't just stay like that. Sister Mercy, welcome. So don't just stay like that. You can do a lot of exercise to bring down this fat. Okay, do a lot of exercise to bring down this fat. So if you don't do exercise as a man, you can, a man or a woman, you can develop heart diseases. You can develop diabetes. Okay. Some people say, hey, diabetes is sugar. Yeah. Diabetes is when you consume sugar and you cannot use the excess sugar. It therefore means you're having issues with your insulin. Insulin is what has to break down this sugar and store in your system, or a system to use it some other time, or it has to break it down to send it to the brain, send it to the muscles, send it to other part of the body. So technically, if you have diabetes, which is increase in your level of your glucose level, it therefore means there is an issue with your insulin. And your insulin, when there is an issue with the insulin, what happens is that the insulin can no longer break down this sugar when you produce them, right? The insulin cannot break down the sugar when you produce them, and the sugar is being stored as fat in your body, and you now have excess fat, you now have excess sugar in your body. So the insulin cannot break down the sugar because there is an issue with the insulin. Normally, the insulin is supposed to break down the sugar and use in your body, or save it when it is more than usual. So if you have issues with the insulin, so the insulin cannot break down the sugar, and that is why you could suffer from diabetes. So we need to take special note, and exercise is very important. Exercise is very. For those who know Bameda very well, today every Monday is my exercise day. So I used to live and I climb up station. For those who know Bameda very well, to go up station is some sort of exercise. It's not easy. Yeah. So I go up there. I was really exhausted in the morning, so I have to sleep and to bring down the energy. So that is it. So if you have been trying to conceive, please do a lot of exercises and keep these cells active. Okay. And this one, it should go for every other person. It should go for every other person. When you talk about lifestyle, lifestyle goes with every other person. Even though we are linking it to people who are trying to conceive. So your feeding habit, your exercise, your alcohol intake, smoking, caffeine, all of these are things that you need to make sure you take special notes about it. So for feeding habit, balanced diet is important. Balanced diet is important for everyone. Balanced diet is important for everyone. Bro, if you're trying to conceive, please make sure you take balanced diet. Make sure you always have vegetables. Make sure you always have fruits to consume. Okay, you have vegetables, you have fruits. If you balance it up, it's going to help build the vital elements of your body. You know, the reproductive system will need a lot of vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D, and you can get all of these things when you eat the main things. Okay, when you eat the main things. The next thing is medication. Medication. You don't just take drugs anyhow you're trying to conceive. And that is the irony we have, because a lot of ladies just take drugs because they're trying to conceive, and you can take anything. Anything. When a woman is trying to conceive, she can just take anything. That is also risky. So you need to control the way you take things. You need to control the way you take drugs. You need to control the way you take your drugs. And I would advise that if you are 20 years and above, please, if you're not married yet or you've not started having your own family, go on folic acid. Okay, go on folic acid. This will help your fertility. So folic acid and vitamin E. For folic acid, you can go on it. You don't go on it till you are prepared. If it's 5 years, go on it. If it's 10 years, go on it. Yes. Especially if you have some doubts about your fertility, just start your folic acid now. Yes, even you don't have somebody around, okay, start your folic acid now, please. It's very important. So if you have been trying to conceive, please go on folic acid, go on vitamin E. Okay, please go on folic acid and go on vitamin E. Folic acid in particular is very vital. Actually, CDC, the Center for Disease Control, based in the United States, they are advising that every lady of childbearing age should go on folic acid in order to keep the fertility good in future. Yeah. Sister Colette, welcome. Thank you for joining. So they are actually advising that every other lady should go on folic acid. So please, if you have been trying to conceive, go on folic acid, please. All right, go on folic acid. It's very important. So under medication, avoid taking drugs without prescription. Avoid just taking things because you're trying to conceive. So I know if you're trying to conceive, there are a lot of different things in your head. So please avoid just taking drugs, and then make sure you can go on folic acid, you can go on vitamin E. It's going to help you if you're trying to conceive. Yeah, it's going to help you a lot. The next is the menstrual cycle. So under lifestyle, we are done. Remember, we have discussed alcohol, smoking, caffeine, exercise, nutrition, and medication under lifestyle. So the next thing, the next tip is the menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle is a household name here for everybody who has been following us. We'll be discussing throughout about the cycle, right? So menstrual cycle is a household name. So what you need to understand about menstrual cycle is your fertile window. When you ovulate, you understand fertile window, and when you ovulate. Make sure that intercourse occurs within the period of your fertile window. And you have to enjoy with your partner continuously in order for you to conceive. Okay, you have to be meat for meat continuously. Don't skip a day. Maybe you're having your honeymoon and you just think that maybe this thing is just for 2 days, 3 days. Unfortunately, some ladies really feel bad during the honeymoon period. Unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, some ladies really feel bad because ladies who have not enjoyed themselves into enjoyment. If you're joining us, please, we don't want to use some harsh words here. So, some ladies who have not indulged themselves into enjoyment before marriage. So when they get into marriage, they have difficulties because the very first time you start enjoying, it might sound like it's some sort of a weird thing. It might look awkward. You might have difficulties just because you are doing it for the very first time. You are getting into it. It's somehow difficult for ladies compared to men. Men don't have any issue at all. Yeah. So, but please, I'm just begging that if you're a lady, you're trying to conceive, please, you have to do this enjoyment meat for meat continuously. Okay, maybe you may just rest maybe 2 3 days within a week. So if you have 7 days within a week, you have to have meat for meat enjoyment for 4 days at least within that week. Okay, 4 days within a week. 4 days is not bad now. It's not bad. 4 days within a week for 1 month. So if you calculate, we have 4 weeks, 4 times 4. That's 20 days. 20 days per month is not bad, right? It's not bad. So you can do that. It's going to help you if you want to conceive. So regular enjoyment is part of the tip if you want to conceive. Don't overskip. But this regular enjoyment should be around your fertile window. It should be around your fertile window. I know within 1 month, that's your own month, your own calendar month, your own menstrual calendar month, you have technically 7 days within the month to get pregnant. Okay, but within a month you can use 10. All right, you can use 10. I know I was saying that you have people 20 days, but you can use 10 days. I think 10 days will be good. Yeah, you can use 10 days. Yeah, but if you are married to somebody who loves it, okay, you just try and give it to him. All right, men and women, they're not the same. They're not the same. So the next tip you need to know is about your cervical mucus. This is something we'll discuss here as well. So the cervical mucus, we have 4 main types we mentioned. We have the sticky, we have the creamy, we have the watery, and we have the egg white cervical mucus. So try and meet with your partner around when it is watery and when it is egg white. Watery and egg white, that's the best time to meet with your partner if you actually want to get pregnant. So that is another tip, your cervical mucus. And also, just like for menstrual cycle, you have to have the meat for meat enjoyment during this time where you have the watery cervical mucus and egg white cervical mucus. You have to have the meat for meat enjoyment continuously during this period. Don't stop, okay? Don't stop. If you stop, you're going to affect maybe that is when Junior was supposed to come and you said, oh no, you're tired. You don't have to be tired. Ladies, please, instead the men are the one to even complain about this, not ladies, because scientifically, biologically, the men are the ones giving out a lot of energy. Although I used to tell many people that when you have good enjoyment, when you have the real enjoyment, when you really enjoy what you do, that is the meat for meat enjoyment. If you enjoy it as a lady, you're going to like get satisfied for almost like 3 or 4 days. And for any person who has who has been enjoying the real enjoyment will understand what I'm saying. Just take it literally. When you are satisfied, literally, when you're satisfied, you'll see that you will not be too worried about things, right? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing with this enjoyment. So if you meet with your partner and you have the real enjoyment as a lady, you're going to feel some sort of satisfaction such that even the next day you'll be like, oh come on, you don't even need it the next day. So you have, I followed one of our sisters, yes, spice it up. She was mentioning a hormone that's been released. That's the good feeling hormone. During that time, you have a lot of oxytocin hormone being released. That's a feel good hormone. And that even gives you a reason why most ladies, after enjoyment, they turn to cuddle. Did you know that? Have you realized that as a lady, during after enjoyment, you are more likely to cuddle, that's to hold tight to your partner, compared to the men. True. I'm sure it's true, right? Yeah. So that has been explained scientifically. That has been explained scientifically. Okay. It's been because immediately after enjoyment, you have this feel-good hormone that is being released for ladies. This hormone is telling you that you should feel like you have to still be there. And please, ladies, tell your partners, if your husband is watching, any man who is watching at the moment, bro, thank you very much for watching. I want to really tell you that after enjoyment with your partner, please don't just leave her. I understand as men, rather we have the opposite effect. As men, we have that opposite effect. It's due to the hormone that is acting here. So you don't blame the men too much. But please don't leave her. You have to be there. Okay. You have to be there for some time. Give, let me say, about 3, 4, 5 minutes with her before you leave her. By the time you give this 3, 4, 5 minutes, and especially if you're trying to conceive, it's going to help plus the lady as well. That's the time that's going to take for that sperm cell to liquefy, right? The semen, sorry, for the semen to liquefy and sperm cells start migrating up there. But if you just leave her, maybe she might decide to say, okay, let me go and clean up, and she might maybe clean up the semen plus the most important sperm cell that was supposed to fly up there and give you junior. All right. So don't just leave her immediately. Don't just leave her immediately. Please, men, please, don't just leave her immediately. You have to be there, please. Get hold of her for some time, and she's going to like feel it. She's going to enjoy it better. And as ladies, also do understand with us men, it is not like it's a man's fault. Place is just that there are other things like the hormonal part that ladies have that feel good moment, and they tend to cuddle, they tend to hold you tight immediately after the act. So please, we should understand that. So on this topic, I actually diverted because we are talking about you having regular meet-to-meet enjoyment with your partner. If you're trying to conceive, have this regular meet-to-meet enjoyment with your partner for some considerable number of time within a week. Okay, number of days within the week, and do that continuously such that you will have a better chance of you conceiving. And I said for cervical mucus, the best is watery and egg white cervical mucus. Watery and egg white cervical mucus. These are the best method if you want to actually conceive. These are the best cervical mucus if you want to conceive. But the meet-to-meet enjoyment with your partner is necessary during your fertile days for the menstrual cycle and during fertile days for the cervical mucus. So we need to take special note about this. Now I said something from the start. I don't want to forget it. I don't want to forget it because I really want, please, ladies, if you're a lady, please don't go. There's something for you people that I want to really explain. Please. You know, generally ladies they are slow in the way they do things. Generally, they are slow in the way they do things. A lady will take 5 hours to prepare for a party that is 1 hour, right? She'll take 5 hours to prepare. Now the question is why. So I want to just explain some scientific reasons behind that. So I want to just explain some scientific reasons behind that. Immediately, please, 1 minute, please. Okay, thank you. So if you look at the formation of a human during fertilization. So during fertilization, you have a sperm cell and an egg cell. You have a sperm cell fertilizing one egg cell. You have sperm cell fertilizing one egg cell. Akanichi. So you have one sperm cell fertilizing one egg cell. For you to have a baby boy, you need the Y sperm cell to fertilize the egg cell, because an egg cell is always X. That's for you to have a male. For you to have a female, you need X sperm cell fertilizing egg cell, because X cell is always XX. Generally, sperm cells that are Y, they are generally faster compared to the X sperm cell. And these are the same sperm cells that will form to make a male, while the X sperm cells are generally slower. That is why I made mention in the previous video that if you want a baby girl, you have to enjoy with your partner some days, 3 days before ovulation. It's because of this egg, this X sperm cell that are slow. That's a baby girl. X sperm cell, they are very slow. They are slow. So they'll be there 3 days before. They'll be there waiting. But the good news about this is that these sperm cells, they are going to resist more than the Y. And that also gives the reason why I think men are dying faster than women. Okay, you see the lifespan of maybe a man as compared to that of a woman. A man will easily die as compared to a woman, right? So that's another reason. So women are generally slower, but they can resist as compared to this scientific explanation. So they are slower. These sperm cells, they can wait for even 5 days, because that's the maximum sperm cell can sit within the female genital tract. Maximum is 5 days. So they can wait for these 5 days and still fertilize an egg. And that even give reason why some ladies may, hey, come on, you were saying the other day, what happened? Oh, it's because those sperm cells, they were still there waiting. They were still there waiting. So that is something we need to understand as ladies, and well, still thank God, because God being the finest biologist, it tries to like balance things up for ladies, despite the fact you're slow, but you have your own other advantages. So I really want to appreciate everyone. And if you have a question, please, if you have a question, please can you go ahead? Let's use this 5 minutes to answer your question, please. And if you have any question, please, any question maybe related to this topic, you can just ask, please. Any question? Any question? Any question? Auntie B, thank you. You were behind the scenes supporting mindfully. Thank you. Okay, if no question, let me just do a brief summary. We've been talking about tips that can help you get pregnant. So we're talking about lifestyle. Under lifestyle, we discuss about alcohol, we discuss about caffeine, we discuss about drugs, we discuss about caffeine, we discuss about smoking. Or when the next thing was your cycle, that you should meet within your cycle and you should enjoy with your partner continuously in order for you to have this more, that's a higher probability for you getting pregnant. The next thing is your cervical mucus, and we say the best is the watery cervical mucus and the equine cervical mucus. Because if you do this, if you use the cervical mucus very well, obviously you will get pregnant. And we also made mention of cervical mucus that you should continuously meet with your partner, continuously enjoy with your partner during these fertile days. And we said that you should do it, you should enjoy this moment continuously. Do not stop this moment because maybe you feel that one or two reasons. Obviously, it's a pleasurable moment, so you should enjoy this moment. So I really want to appreciate everyone for coming. Ashanti Mama, thank you, even though we are closing already. Thank you so much for joining, sis. So I really want to appreciate everyone. May God Almighty guide and protect you. May God Almighty see you through. May God Almighty show you the right path to follow. May God Almighty bless whatsoever thing you do here on earth. May God Almighty guide you so that you take the right decisions in life. I know with the YouTubing stuff, it's not easy for all the YouTubers, so I understand exactly what people might be going through. So no matter what you're going through, please. Okay, there is a question. Somebody is asking. Johnny Willis, you asked a question. Too much enjoyment is. Okay, your question is too much enjoyment is not too bad when trying to conceive. Is that your question? I don't know if that's your question. If your question is about the fact that too much enjoyment can be rather a negative factor if you're trying to conceive, I don't know if that's a question. Please just say yes if that's the question. Just say yes if that's the question. Okay. Meeting with your partner regularly if you're trying to conceive is important, but too much is not also important. That's true. That's true. Technically, there are 7 days within the whole time that if you're trying to conceive, technically there are 7 days. And I was saying that you should meet continuously because meeting is not a bad thing. Okay. Is enjoyment, is pleasure as well. So that's why I was saying that you should meet continuously. Yeah. But you have to make sure that you time this. That is why I'm talking about the cycle. That's why I'm talking about your cervical mucus. That within this period of time, so there are 7 days within your cervical mucus, within a cycle that you're fertile. There are 7 days. Every person have averagely 7 days. So these 7 days, you can add 3 days to eat. Okay, if you're somebody who love enjoyment, because some people, even the 7 days for 1 month is more than them. To some people, it's more than them. So you can add 3 days, so that it could be 10 days, right? Within each month, you have it 10 times. Within each month, you have it 10 times. But you should surround it around your fertile window. So you should meet with your partner only around the fertile window. That would be the best way for you to do it. Do not meet out of the fertile window if you are actually trying to conceive. If you are trying to conceive, you need to maximize the time. Make sure that you use that time judiciously. Don't just waste the time enjoying yourself over some other thing. Okay, even though I say you should do it regularly, I am saying that the regularly should be around this fertile window. We have 7 days generally for all ladies, but you can add 3 days to eat. So you should have 10 days of enjoyment. 10 days of enjoyment. This 10 days of enjoyment, it will be actually good for you to actually conceive if you are trying to conceive. I think that is just the idea behind you having it regularly. Please, any other question? And if you are just joining and maybe you may not pick it up, enjoyment here, we're talking about you meeting with your partner. Okay, enjoyment here, we're talking about you meeting with your partner because we don't want to use some type of words or it could cause us a lot of issues. So enjoyment is you meeting with your partner. So we are saying that enjoy with your partner, you should do it regularly, but it should be within those fertile days. You can add 3 days to it. So within your calendar month, that is within your menstrual calendar month, you should have 10 days to enjoy. That 10 days, I think it will be good, right? Please, any other question? Any other question? Yeah, enjoyment is actually good. Enjoyment is actually good. So if no other question, it shows that my life is really slow. Some people are getting my feedback maybe a little bit late. Spicy. Enjoyment is not a bad thing, Sister Rosa. Enjoyment is not a bad thing. So enjoyment has a lot of benefits, and when you enjoy it, it has a lot of benefits. So you better enjoy. You better enjoy. Better enjoy. And when enjoying with your partner, you do it well. Okay, you do it with love, joy, and everything that you have. Love, joy, happiness. You will like feel it much more better. Okay, do we have any other question? Do we have any other question? Okay, if no question, we'll be calling a shot. Let me stay closely with the Almighty. They want to thank you so much. May the Almighty guide you. May the Almighty bless you. May the Almighty show you the right way to follow. May the Almighty have mercy upon us and show us the right path to follow. It is not easy with all the difficulties we are facing. So may the Lord guide us. May the Lord protect us. May the Lord show us the right path to follow. For all those who have been watching us after, please don't forget to keep us a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please. If you're watching us at the moment or if you're watching us, please don't forget to subscribe. My telephone number is 0023766600610. This is help exclusively. It's for help. This one, not for any type of discussion, only for help. 0023766600610. That is my WhatsApp number. 0023766600610. That is my WhatsApp number. You can send me a WhatsApp message. We talk concerning health, anything health, especially reproductive health and social health. So may God bless you all for coming. Let us call off the shot. Have a beautiful time.